So friends, those of you who have been on my channel for a while know that I broke my pelvis. It was less than 3 months ago. And so today I'm going to give you a little progress report because I am killing it. Okay, so day one, when I gave you a little video from the ER, that whole week I was cranked up on morphine, fentanyl, OxyContin, and frankly, the pain was still off the chain, crazy. So I was pretty drugged up. I didn't really understand the extent of my injuries, but the good news is I am so on the mend, and I did have to have some kind of really rough times here with some hurdles, and we'll cover that and where I am today. So I have a number of breaks in there that are absolutely healing. One of them actually got worse over time due to my physical therapy. So they had me doing a lot of what I'll call butt exercises. And for most people, this is very helpful. But for me as a ballroom dancer, I don't think the PT guy realized how strong my muscles were, and they ended up pulling apart my femur. So I had one of the breaks was a kind of a crack down the middle, kind of like if you break your fingernail straight down the middle, but it was pulling it farther apart when I was hitting it really hard on all of these exercises they gave me. And overall, the pain was improving, and I had a number of other breaks that were healing great. So I was feeling better. I was getting increased mobility. But each day I saw that PT guy, I was like, I'm in excruciating pain in this left leg, and I feel like the bones are pulling apart. And of course, he's gaslighting me. He doesn't have an x-ray machine. So I'm just like, well, Gus, I guess I'm just wimpy. But no, I went back to the surgeon who did x-rays and confirmed that those bones were in fact pulling apart. As a matter of fact, you could even see it in the x-ray. It was getting that bad. So she gave me a nice break. And I gotta tell you, I'm never going to PT again. I'm just getting so much better on my own by doing me, by, gently dancing. And your body's really an amazing tool if you just let it heal itself. And I did get off of those hardcore meds as soon as I could. When my pain got to level, I would say 9, I immediately got off of them because I was dizzy. I'm not thinking clearly. I felt nauseous. Hate those drugs. Cannot imagine why people are paying good money out of their pocket on the street to take these illegally. Oh, can't stand it. Okay, next up. The other breaks are healing well. One of them in that x-ray revealed it's reattached itself a little bit cattywampus, and I'll describe as best I can. I'm not a doctor. And so I had a part of kind of a chunk. It looked like a big chunk of the pelvis just kind of come off, detach in a chunk. And so they took another look at that to make sure that it's re-knitting together in the correct way. It can re-knit together cattywampus, and then you end up with a kind of permanent like gimpy walk, or, it can get worse as you get older, and then you end up basically disabled. And Mama don't want that. I love dancing. I'm gonna dance till the day I die. And if it does knit incorrectly, they'll nip it in the bud as fast as they can, do a follow-up surgery. But they did not do surgery out of the chute for this very reason. When they go in and do surgery, it can create scar tissue and other permanent damage, limited mobility. And so my healing journey was the long, painful way, but in the end pays off in spades. So the good news is this part that broke off, it re-adhered cattywampus, but she says the way it has re-adhered is not going to affect my movement at all in the short term or the long term. So again, I'm not a doctor, but basically instead of going here, it kind of has reattached a little bit here. Not the end of the world. She said if it reattaches the other way, they would have had to go in there and cut that thing apart, put in screws, and Lord knows how much longer that recovery time would have been. So I feel like I have hit the lotto, guys. I'm going to show you my walking here in a second. If I don't think about my movement, I still walk with a little bit of a gimp. I don't even notice, but I've had people in the store like, oh, did you hurt your foot? But it's very mild. I do not need to use my walker anymore. You know, I previously have had to use a cane, a wheelchair. So I am just slaying it, guys. I can't even tell you, ever since I stopped the PT, oh my gosh. And as I did wait to post this video because I did want to make sure I'm actually totally on the mend here. Am I 100%? No, but I will be soon because it's just like ski jump in terms of pain. As a matter of fact, finally, I would say a week straight, I have had no pain. And now we're going to zoom out a little bit and I'll show you my movement and how just much more fluid and controlled. The last time I shared a video with you, I really could not turn my left foot out at all. So this has been a recent improvement in about the last week and a half. So if you remember from my first couple of videos, I really could only do this movement. And I couldn't even move anything at first. And then I started to get mobility in my right leg. Well, now, not only, you know, can I turn in and all the other stuff, but I can actually turn out. Now, am I where I used to be? No, this is about my max. So, you know, for me as a dancer, this sucks. But, you know, in the big picture, every day I'm able to do this stuff better. I've been able to teach Latin, albeit, you know, gently. This past couple weeks, you know, I can even somewhat push out on the inside edge. I'm not pushing it hard because I feel like if my body even sends me a level 2 pain, it's sending me a good message that, hey, you need to get back in your lane here and let me heal a little bit more. But guys, I just could not be any more grateful. So I'm just gonna walk around a little bit, show you that I'm moving normally. And guys, I really am so thankful. I have a couple dancer friends who took falls about the same time that I did. And one of them, oh my gosh, my heart goes out to her. She is still basically in traction. She's at risk for breaking her spine because it is not healing. They might need to go in there and do surgery and put in like a rod and screws. And this is a dancer, guys, a very active person, a hiker, like all ballroom dancers are. We're fit, we're hitting it hard. And this poor person, I just can't even imagine. So if you've had a similar experience that's been challenging, if you could shoot me a message and share kind of how you overcame that, or if you did, any tips you might have, I would love to forward that to her because I can only share my own journey here. And I love those of you who have shared your own stories of, you know, broken bones, your recovery time, kind of hacks for healing faster, and to give some of us hope in the future because, guys, I'm not the last ballroom dancer who's gonna break something. I have a bad fall. So here's just a little bit of my movement. So thanks so much for all your kind, supportive words. Thank you to the students who stuck with me. Oh my gosh, I was so worried that, you know, I would lose everyone, and I just love dancing. And I want to continue doing it as much as possible to the day I die. And certainly this recovery is a big part of that. So thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you first thing tomorrow morning for some more Things Ballroom Dance. Happy dancing, guys. Bye.